is Fimmergana, and I'm back with some more Taekwondo Tuesday. I know last month was kind of disruptive, not enough Taekwondo, but hopefully we're back on track. So every Tuesday there'll be some Taekwondo stuff. And actually, is my camera not the right spot? Just this for a second there. See if that's better. Yeah, kind of this camera. I thought I adjusted the camera earlier, but now it seems like it's too low. Let's do that. Alright, Taekwondo Tuesday. Let's start with my warm-up, my usual Taekwondo warm-up. Okay, maybe now it's too high. Damn it. There you go. Let's see. Hopefully it's not too high this time. So usually I stand about here. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, let's start with our normal Taekwondo warm-up. Nate? Okay, and I'm going to start with the neck. Moving the head from side to side to warm up the neck. And I'm going to count to 5 actually. Hana, tul, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yuro, aho. And I guess I counted to 10, never mind. Okay. And half circle neck rotations. Hana, tul, set, net, and dasa, that's 5. And gently rotating backwards. Hana, tul, set, net, dasa. And next one. Okay, next one. Shoulder rotations. 5 forward, 5 backwards. Hana, tul, set, net, dasa, and backwards. Hana, tul, set, net, and dasa. And windmills. 5 forward, 5 back. Hana, tul, set, net, dasa, and backwards. Hana, tul, set, net, dasa. Arms out like this. And we're going to count to 4. That'll be 1 set. Hana, tul, set, net. That's 1 set. Okay? Hana, tul, set, net. Hana, tul, set, net, tul. Hana, tul, set, net, set. Hana, tul, set, net, net. Hana, tul, set, net, dasa. Arms like this, and we're going to do side to side. So 2 on one side and then 2 on the other side. Again, count of 4 is 1 set. 2, set, net, hana. Hana, 2, set, net, 2. Hana, 2, set, net, set. Hana, 2, set, net, net. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa. Is that you, Nate? Gravel butts. Gravel butts. Gravel and butts. When did we get your gravel butt? Actually, wait. Did you put emotes for your bits?
Some, but I need to put more.
Did you? What's the 1,000 bit emote?
I don't remember. I have to go look again.
You have the first 3 unlocked, I think, already.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Lucian. You have to go? Oh, it's alright. Thanks for dropping in. Have a nice day in Harrisburg. I will. Okay, which one was I doing? Okay, and we did side to side. Okay, and waist rotations. 5 to the left, 5 to the right. So counting in Korean. Hana, tul, set, net, and dasa. hana, 2, set, net, and dasa. That's 5 and 5. And then hip rotations this way. 5 left, 5 right. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa. And the other way. Hana, 2, set, net, and dasa. Now, feet together, knee bends. So, hana, 2, set, net is 1 set. So, hana, 2, set, net. Hana, 2, set, net, 2. Hana, 2, set, net, set. Hana, 2, set, net, net. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa. Actually, my knees are kind of stiff. I don't know about everybody else, but sitting down all the time playing games and doing other stuff, get down to get stiff knees. Okay, keeping our knees together still, bend the knees a little bit, knee rotations, 5 to the left and 5 to the right. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa, and switch. Or actually, sorry, other way. Hana, 2, set, net, and dasa. And lastly, well actually not lastly, there's some more. Ankle rotations. 5 outward, 5 inward. So, hana, 2, set, net, dasa. And the other way. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa. The other one. And switch. And outwards. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa. Oops. And inwards. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa. And you can do some, loosen up your wrists. Just shake your wrists out. Shake your hands out. You can shake your fingers out as well. If your ankles are still a little stiff, you can just grab your leg like this. Keep your foot really relaxed and just shake like that. Same thing with this one. Shake. Okay, good. So now we're ready for some Taekwondo exercises, for actual Taekwondo exercises. I'm going to keep today a little low energy, I think, because I am a little tired. Having trouble breathing today. It's just a histamine flare-up, so I'm having a bit of problems breathing today, but I should be fine. So let's work on some blocking techniques. I'm going to go over some of the basic blocking techniques today. So I'm going to stand like this with my feet about shoulder width apart, right? And we're going to practice the low blocks, and I've showed people the low block in previous streams. So the blocking hand, actually we're going to put both hands into a normal fist, right? If you don't know how to make a fist, proper way to make a fist is just curl your fingers in and put your thumbs on top of them like this. It should be like that. So we're going to do our low blocks. We're going to generally do our blocks with fists. You can do all the low blocks as open hand techniques if you want, but let's start with just doing the fists. And so in this position where I have my feet about shoulder width apart, normally if I put my fists in front like this, I just call it, in Taekwondo it's called a Jimby Stance. Jimby means ready, so it's a ready stance. So Jimby Stance. From Jimby Stance, we're going to move the blocking arm, and this time I'm going to block with my left arm. I'm going to move the blocking arm up to the shoulder like this, and kind of like the palm of your fist facing towards you. And the other non-blocking arm is going to, it's still kind of blocking. The other arm, the right arm, is going to go across like this a little bit, and maybe palm down, sorry. Palm down. So it's going to go across, so it's kind of like palm down, and this one's palm up. Okay, so what's going to happen is the right arm is going to go to your hip, and your left arm is going to come down at the same time as you move the right arm, and you're going to come down and along the arm like that and do your low block. And that's your standard low block. And the other way, same thing. Okay, so let's just pretend we did one low block off the left hand. And why is my face itchy? With the left hand. And I'm going to do 10 low blocks, and I'm going to do them at a moderate pace, not too fast, not too slow, okay? And so the first low block we're going to do is with the right one. So, hana, two, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yura, ahop, and yo. And now normally when I'm teaching live, in real life, I count before the student does the blocks. Actually, should I just count before I do the blocks anyways, in case anyone is following along, then they know when to do it? Actually, I just thought of that. Maybe I should just do it that way. Alright, so let's do 10 more of those blocks, and I'm going to try and do them a little bit faster. So what I'll do is I'll actually, no, let's just do 10 more, and I'll actually count before I do the blocks, so people can actually do it with me and not after I count. Not after I do them. So, hana. Sorry, no, let's start with the left side, and hana first one will be with the right one. So, when I say hana, you do a low block with the right hand, go hana, two, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yura, aho, and yo. And back to Jimby. And that's our low block practice. Yeah, actually I should just count before I do the techniques anyways, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah. I was thinking that it wouldn't make sense, but it does make sense anyways. I just have to get used to counting before I do them.
Yeah.
Alright. So that's a little bit of low blocks. So should I do another 10 set? No, let's do, we did 20. Okay, next, middle block. Let's do some middle blocks. And this outside to inside middle block. This is what we call this block. It's an outside to inside middle block. And so what happens from Jimby is you block those blocking arms. The left arm comes up like this, just at about this height, your air height, and you just hold it up like this. Your fist like this, palm facing forward, and this hand just comes up like this. So your right hand comes up and just in front like this. Now I've been taught this traditionally, not traditionally. First, I was taught to do it this way first. Later on, I was taught to do this. I prefer this. I don't know. I guess it depends on, I would say it depends on you. If you feel like this is more natural or this is more natural. And I think in practice, what happens is in practice, it just comes out as something in between anyways. But I prefer this. I think mine is closer to this. So, and to do this block, okay, the right arm goes to your hip, like I showed you before. And at the same time, the left arm comes out and does your middle block. Okay? So we have our left middle block out. Let's do 10, right? And we're going to start with our right hand middle block. And I'm going to count before the technique so people can practice along with me. Go. Hana. 2. Whoop, no, I'm not counting before. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilgo. Yoro. Aho. And yo. Okay, and good. Jimby. You try to do that a little faster. So if I count faster, you're going to have to execute the technique a little faster. Okay, go back to our Jimby, right? And let's just do this block first. Let's pretend we did this one already. And we're going to do another 10 more, starting with the right arm. So hana, 2, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yura, aho, and yo. Good. And back to Jimby position. Okay, and relax. So that is 2 blocks today. Where's my water? Oh, I put my water over here this time. All right. Next middle block. So we have an outside to inside middle block. So we have also an inside to outside middle block. So that's the next middle block we're gonna do. There are there are actually 3 middle blocks. Hello. Sorry, I'm saying Chaos Toa. I'm gonna call you. You're from Kazakhstan. Hello, how are you? I'm good, and how are you? Welcome to my stream. I hope you're enjoying. Do you know any Taekwondo? Are you just interested? So, inside to outside middle block. So let's start with our Jimby, right? Inside to outside. So we're from Jimby Stance. The inside to outside one is a little, actually no, there's 3. Inside to outside, palm out, inside to outside. So with this one, what we're gonna do is actually kind of come with a cross here, and the outside arm is the one that's blocking, that's actually doing the technique, and the one inside is gonna go back to your hip. So, but we move at the same time, so then your left arm will come out like this, while your right arm goes to your hip, right? And this is an inside to outside middle block, palm out. So it's long term. I'm sure the Korean term for it is shorter, but palm out, inside to outside middle block. So you go like that. Okay, so now we do the other side. Same thing. All right, so we're gonna, when I count, let's go back to here. When I count, middle block with your right arm. Hana, oops, sorry. And 2, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilka, yuro, aho, and yo. And Jimby again, back to the Jimby. And take a quick break. Just a breather. I'm a little low energy today and I'm having problems breathing, but I'm good. So we did low block and 2 middle blocks. The last middle block is very similar to the one I just showed you. So back in our Jimby, the last middle block is also an inside to outside middle block, but we're going to keep the palm facing you, so palm inward. So again, we start with this cross. We're going to start with this cross, except when we start with this cross, our left fist should be slightly palm out, because it's going to end up palm facing you to begin with. So palm facing away, and then palm facing you. I have green belt. That's good. That's very good. So how long have you been training in Taekwondo? About a year or so? So, oh no, wrong way. I'm gonna do this one. So, this is your palm inward, inside to outside middle block. That's cool. So that's your middle block. So from there, let's do the other one. So when I say Hana, let me do that. Okay. So that's both of them. We'll just do it from here. So let's pretend I just did the left one, and when I count, do the other one, and we're going to alternate. Go. Hana. 2. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilga. Yura. Aho. And yo. And back to Jimby. A green belt. I remember being a green belt. It was pretty fun. Sadly, sometimes, I know it might take quite a bit of time to go from white to black belt, but sometimes I'm like, oh, those color belt days, because fundamentally, I guess it depends how long you plan on doing Taekwondo for, but definitely, I spent a lot more time as a black belt than I did as a color belt, and sometimes I think those days were kind of fun and amusing. It was always fun learning something new. And when you get to a certain level of Taekwondo, there's not much new. I mean, there's new patterns. We get to learn new patterns, but there's not much new after that. So, and I always like to learn new things. But it's also fun teaching Taekwondo too. So, which requires me to practice as well. So, we did low block and the 3 middle blocks. Now we're going to do the high blocks. So back to our Jimby stance, and a high block is like that. It looks like that at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with arms crossed like this, and the outside arm is going to come up, and you're going to turn it palm outwards and stop about there. stance. So you come into a cross, and the arm that's outside comes up like this, and the other arm, the arm that's on the inside, goes to your hip. So let's just pretend we did this block. That's a high block, and when I count, do the high block with the right one, and we're gonna alternate. So hana, two, set, net, dasa, yasa, yoga, yoro, aho, and yo, and Jimby. Oh wow, I almost forgot how to count in Korean for 1 second, for a split second. Alright, so those are the 4 basic blocks I teach you. What's my dan? I don't know, can you count the stars on my belt? I have a 4th dan in Taekwondo. It took some years to get to, but the last time I officially trained in Taekwondo was probably around 2015, 2016. Oh, sirens. Please excuse those sirens. Those sirens are really, that was really loud today. My windows are closed. 170 bad sirens. Alright, so we did the blocks. Should I do the other blocks today? I could show you everyone the knife hand blocks. I was planning on doing the most basic blocks today. Go over the patterns. If I go over the patterns, I'll remember which block. We could practice a single knife hand block, but that's kind of tricky. So okay, before I teach you the knife hand blocks, I'm going to teach you I'm going to teach you the back stance first, because it's easier to do these knife hand blocks in the back stance. We have stripes. You have stripes. Yeah, I think I have stripes on my first dan black belt, but then I switched to a different school and they decided they wanted to put stars on it. So the master at that school is really cool. He's got like a row of 7 stars. Last time I saw him, he had a row of 7 stars going straight up like this. I think the stars are cool. But I know a lot of places use stripes. Okay, so yes. So in order to do, well, you don't have to use the stance for your knife hand block, but I think it's a good way to teach the knife hand block, Nate, right? The back stance?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the back stance, from the back stance, I'm going to be standing here like this, okay? Jimby, with our feet kind of like in the Jimby position, feet one shoulder width apart. So to do a back stance, I'm going to do the back stance facing that way, and I'm going to move my left foot to about 1.5 shoulder width apart, right? And you see where my heel is? You kind of want to line up the heels together. I'm probably not this thing, right? And you want to put your foot like that. So it's kind of it's an L shape for your back stance. And wow, I haven't done these back stances in a while. My knee actually hurts today. All right, so when we're in our L shape for the back stance, that's the back stance, right? So far, that's what we got. We got our feet in the right position. Now we got to bend both knees, right? But it's called a back stance for a reason. We're going to shift our weight to the right side, which is the back, because we're going to be facing this way. So our target, say your target is that way, that direction, and we're going to face it that way, like that. And now, for a knife hand strike, knife hand block. Wow, my poor knees are sore today. So, for the knife hand block, it's like this. So, knife hand block is very similar to the inside to outside block, like that. So, this is the position you want for your knife hand strike, okay? And you want to be in this back stance, right? So from there, just switch from there to the back stance on the other side. We're going to shift our feet like that, go into our back stance, and then we're going to do a knife hand block like that. So now I'm going to practice. So let's just pretend we did this one. Then I'm going to practice and do them. We're going to do 10 of these, okay? So when I count, you do the technique. So hana, 2, set, net, dasa, Yosa. Ilga. Yoro. Aho. And yo. And back to our Jimby stance. And that's kind of an improvised way of being able to practice your knife hand blocks. Cute stripes. Stars and stripes. Unfortunately, I'm not American. And how has your year been? What do I call you? Your name is KS Toa. Can I call you Toa? I need a little bit of water. I'm having trouble breathing today because of histamine levels, but that's fine. So after that, I think I will teach one more block. I will teach one more blocking technique because it's pretty much based off of the one we just did, right? We just did the single knife hand block in a back stance. I'm going to teach you a double knife hand block in the back stance. Okay, so we just learned how to do back stance. Actually, I did show the back stance in a previous stream, but I haven't been doing them very often. So we learned the back stance. So from Jimby, right, we're gonna learn how to. Actually, you don't even need to do a back stance to go into to do double knife hand block. Technically, from Jimby, I could just do it, but it's just kind of awkward to do that, I guess. Or, well, I mean, I guess you could just do knife hand blocks like that. You could do knife hand blocks going forward if you want, like that. But I kind of feel knife hand blocks just look nicer doing them in a back stance like this. So the double knife hand block looks like this, right? So again, I'm in that back stance position. This block is about the same, but it's a double knife hand block because this one comes here and blocks like this. So you're going to be in your back stance position, facing that direction, and pull your arms out like this. When your arms come out like this, my left arm is palm facing up. My right arm, this one, is palm facing down, and then you switch them. Just as you bend and straighten out again, you switch them. So the full movement goes like that. So you want to go boom, like that. So that's your knife hand, double knife hand block. Wow, Nate, my quads are weak. My quads are weak. Yes, Nate is actually in the room with me. I have a girlfriend and she has black belt and she said, I'm good? Oh, well, thank you. Hi, girlfriend. Thank you so much. Oh, Nate, just being a mod, yeah. Well, that's nice of her. If she feels like popping by and watching the channel, feel free to say hi. But it's also fine if you just want to watch quietly. Okay, so let's practice the double knife hand blocks. That's interesting. So your girlfriend has a black belt. That's cool. And you just got your green. Did you get your green belt recently, or when did you get your green belt? So double knife hand block. So from Jimby, let's do a double knife hand block. So step into your long stance at the same time as you do the block. And I know that's tricky, and it's a little tricky for me to do it while I'm demonstrating, but technically what we want to do is just do this. So you want to kind of plant your foot at the same time as you execute the block. So it's even like when you punch, you wanna if you're gonna step forward and punch, you kind of want to put your foot down at the same time as you land the punch, and I'm not doing it quite right. So it's the same kind of premise with doing the movements, moving your feet and your hands. You want to go same time. And then, So, and then the other side, same time. So let's practice 10 of these, and I'm gonna do these a little slower than the other ones, I think. So from Jimby. So let's just start from here, from there, where I'm doing that one. Okay, so when I count, Hana, you do the other one. 2, and 2. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilgo. Yoro. Aho. And yo. Alright, and Jimby. Back to Jimby, and everyone can relax. Yes. Yes, I also do World Taekwondo style. It's a style of Taekwondo you'll see in the Olympics. And this. Well, I don't actually know what competitions the other style does. I'm sure they do. I'm sure ITF does have competitions for their own style, but I think I'm not entirely sure what happened with ITF because the main guy, the founder of the ITF, died some years back. Probably like almost 10 years now, I think. And I guess there might be some schools that still teach ITF style for Taekwondo because that's what they know, right? But I'm not sure how heavily organized ITF is anymore. Alright. So what should we do now? I did blocks. Let's do some. I had another half hour. Let's do some. Do we want to do some punches and some striking techniques? I'm trying to my brain is going over the patterns. I don't actually have enough space to do the patterns, as you can see. Like, I take a couple more steps and I'll be off the camera. So it's really hard for me to do the Taekwondo patterns, but I really like the Taekwondo patterns. I'm just going to quickly go over them in my head. Yeah, there's that. Yeah. And then there's a kick, punch, and this, kick, punch, and then low block, and then low block. Yeah, that's number 1. Okay, I still remember that one. Next one, I'm not doing these precisely right now. I'm just trying to refresh my memory on these. The next color belt pattern, orange belt pattern, is Jimby. 1. I might get these wrong. No? Okay. And then kick, punch, kick, punch, kick, punch. That was the orange one, right? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think when they start teaching new techniques. I just did the double knife hand locks and a knife hand block. That's in green belt pattern. Do I remember green belt pattern? Green belt. This is Taegak Samjang. Knife hand strike, yeah, there we go. Knife hand strike, knife hand strike, knife hand strike. Knife. 1, 2. Kick, punch. Kick, punch. Low block, punch. Low block, punch. Kick, low block, punch. Kick, punch. Okay, yeah. Okay, I can remember 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 of the patterns. I have to refresh the other ones. You are learning WTF style. That's cool. Oh, bump your head and touch your knees. You really want that one, Lee, huh? One cock, make a hop. That's what my mom used to say when she got annoyed at the kids. And how are you, Lee? How are you today? Let's just clear that.
Fine.
Oh, thank you, Nate. Okay. 1, 2, 3, Sajang. Do I remember Sajang, Nate? Sajang is probably one where you do get a double knife hand block, right?
I'm out of practice, don't remember.
You're out of practice too, you don't remember Sajang. Ili Sam Sa is for.
Sajang is easy. Sajang is the double knife hand.
I think it starts with a double knife hand. I'm trying to remember.
It's number 4, yeah, Sajang.
And then, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if that's right. Sajang. Okay? Yeah, side kick. Side kick. Side kick. Yes. There's your knife hand block right there. Sajang. And after that, thinking. Hold on. Try to remember. It was this one.
Mm-hmm.
It was this one, right? And then kick. No. After you do the knife hand block.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna look it up on my videos. You're doing well. That's good. I'm just trying to refresh the patterns right now. Let's see. Let me just take a quick look again. I bet you the minute I see it, I'll remember. It's this pattern. This one. Oh, please. Why ads? I don't need the ads. I don't need the volume. Dutch ad, of course. Yeah, I got stuck after that thing. Let me see if I remember which way it goes. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, that was right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was right. I just stopped though. For some reason it felt like it was wrong, but it's not. Oh, no. Hold on. The biggest thing, where am I from? I am originally from Canada. So all of my Taekwondo training I did in Toronto, Canada. I am currently living in the Netherlands. So fortunately, my Taekwondo master is back in Canada. And Lee is from Calgary. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did have that right. So, side kick. So, yes, Sajang, you have your double knife hand block like this. And I was right. So you go and do this, and then there's a kick, and then that, and this, kick, and that. And then go back this way. It's kick, back this, right? So usually when I get started, I remember. And that was it. Okay. Yes. So, I know which strike I need to teach everyone. Okay. Let me just switch this back to here. Oh, thanks for the gift sub, Lee. That's so nice of you. She says, shinies! You know how cats like shiny things? She likes shiny things. Thank you for the gift sub. I don't have alerts, but these are my pop-up alerts, my little dolls. Welcome. Since the gym's closed, I need to work on my patterns too. Yeah, unfortunately, because I don't have enough space, I can't do them properly, right? I mean, because I'm gonna be kicking the boxes here, but I'm just going to try and refresh my memory. But I do know now what strike I should teach everyone. I should teach everyone the back fist. So let's how should I teach the back fist? Walking? We can do some walking drills. We can do some walking drills with some punching. Should we do punching? Walking drills with punching? Or should we just teach the back fist right now?
Whichever.
What's the time? I wouldn't mind doing some punches.
5:20.
Huh?
20 after 5.
42 minutes in. Alright, actually let's teach the back fist. From here, in Jimby, back fist is pretty simple, I think, to teach. Basically, what you're going to do is, it comes from behind, like that. I don't know how else to teach it. I don't know how else to teach back fist, because I just kind of learned it naturally. So, for a back fist, comes from under here, like this, and you hit. So you're going to hit with this part of your knuckles for a back fist. So, like, pretend there's someone in front of me, you're going to hit them like that. And kind of like the back fist, you're going to aim for the mouth. So usually when we do back fists in our patterns, you want to aim for that height. And so like I said, the back fist is kind of sneaky. So I just kind of pull it out from here and do the back fist. So I don't know how else to really explain the back fist. There's no other, it's a strike, so you can kind of reach for it. You don't have to be like this. So you want to adjust it for the distance and the height as well. Some people might be taller, but generally just imagine a mirror of yourself and use that as your targeting practice. So that's how you want to do your back fist. Maybe I can do back fist while I'm walking forward. Let's go down here. I'm going to walk forward using walking stance. So let's see, just walk forward, step forward, do a back fist, right? And the other hand can go to your hip. And then this one, step forward, do another back fist. Alright, so let's count. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilgo, yodo, aho, and yo. Okay, that's good enough. That was 10 actually. That's 10 back fists. So you can practice that. It's actually fun. It's a fun striking technique. There is another back fist. It's a variant, no, that's not a back fist. It's a hammer fist. Hammer fist. There's a variant hammer fist. Hammer fist, there's a couple of ways to do a hammer fist. And actually, I forgot about the hammer fist. It actually is kind of a basic technique you would use for breaking boards. So a hammer fist is basically, so you got your fist, hammer fist, you just pull back here. If you're going straight down, like you're trying to break the board or something, or even concrete, you just come forward with the hammer fist like that. And you just use, with a hammer fist, you'd use this part of your hand to break something. So this is your board breaking hammer fist. In the patterns, in the Sasa, Taekwondo Ojang, the fifth pattern, there's a hammer fist to the side. So you do the hammer fist to the side, you want to go up like this and down. So let's see. So I'm just checking something. So try to go up and straight down. I'm just reviewing how to teach this actually, because I never really taught this one. Most people seem to think this is pretty natural. Do you think this one's natural?
Which one?
Hammer fist?
No.
No, you didn't think this was natural?
I didn't like the hammer fist.
You didn't like this? I don't like it because I feel like I'm losing, there's drag on the motion because it's got a bit of circular motion. But I think, when I think about it, make it less circular by coming up almost like into a knife, into a high block, and pulling down and doing the hammer fist. That's kind of how I think I prefer doing it that way. And it feels more, it doesn't feel like, ooh, and it doesn't feel like there's as much drag. But that's in Taekwondo Ojang pattern. At the beginning, pretty much at the beginning, right? No, when do we do that one? So there's your back fist and your hammer fist for some strikes. There's other strikes we can do. There's more advanced strikes we can do. I'm not going to do that right now because I feel like I'm skipping some stuff in the curriculum. So maybe you know what, I will do a little bit of kicks. Let's do some wall kicks, or should I just do... I'm trying to keep things low energy because I'm feeling a little drained and my allergies have been acting up. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some wall kicks then. So we're going to use the wall. I'm going to practice some side kicks. Are you cold?
No, I'm gonna have to run down for a package in a few.
Oh yeah, you ordered something.
Protein bars.
Huh?
Protein bars.
You ordered more?
Mm-hmm.
I still think they're too sweet. But that's just me. Alright, wall kicks. So wall kicks, like I said, good to practice wall kicks this way. So I'm going to practice a side kick. So just supporting leg facing the front and just go into your chamber position for your side kick, and also you want to use the blade of your foot for this kick. So you do this and the side kick. I don't know why, something's wrong. I'm trying to make sure. Okay, that's better. That's better. So and then you just want to extend your leg straight up for the side kick. So you're just gonna the side kick. So let's just do 10 of these on my count. Go hana, to, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yura, aho, and yo, and down. And switch to the other side. You're gonna do the other side kick. Did I miss a message? Welcome, Sister James. However, strike like the down block seems stronger. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's why you kind of use it for the. Any tips on stretches to get that hip flexibility? Yeah, I could cover that towards the end if you want. Generally, you know what's actually worked for me in the past is it's best to stretch when you're warm already, because then your muscles are more pliable and more willing to go into the stretches. So, if your flexibility is pretty bad to begin with, and you want to start getting better at it, you probably need to spend a half hour doing some stretches. So which ones? On the legs, side splits, front splits? I would say I used to come home from Taekwondo class and I would soak in a hot bath and then stretch afterwards, because then my muscles were still warm. And basically, I don't know, I used to use the bed. I used the bed before, or you can use like the couch. You could do this and just kind of like gradually stretch out by putting your, okay, so you can start with this and then eventually just start pushing your foot backwards. But the biggest thing about stretching, if you're trying to improve your flexibility, hold the stretch for as long as it can. And I know it can be pretty painful, but you have to get past the painful part and let your muscles just kind of like relax and start to feel like they're comfortable in the stretch. That's the best way I can explain it. I might do some stretches towards the end of the stream actually. And how are you today, Cash? How's it going? Good question though. I think there might be a video on the Taekwondo. There's probably a link to a video on the Taekwondo Discord that Rachel posted for some stretching. Let me see if I can pull that up. Ah, that's not right. For TKD, that's the Discord. Doing well. Hold for a minimum of 3 seconds from a recent scientific study. That's good for maintaining stretches, I think. Yeah. But I think if you're definitely really, really stiff and you're trying to like just push it to the next level, you kind of want to hold for a lot longer. There's a video that I think it was done by a gymnast. There's a video Rachel posted, and the video I think is done by a gymnast, and her stretching is pretty good. Doing well, working from home today. Yeah, that's cool. But yes, probably minimum of 30 seconds to keep yourself at least relatively loose. So wall kick, next side kick on the other leg. So same thing like this one. Speaking of stretches, what's wrong with this one? Yeah, speaking of stretches, I do need to do them. Okay, so from the wall here, again, on my count, we're going to do our side kicks. I just showed you the side kicks, so just try, on my count, extend the leg for your kick. Hana, 2, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilgo, yoro, aho, and yo, and down. Alright, that was some side kicks on the wall. I'm going to take another breather, grab some water. Okay, I haven't done any of this for like 2 weeks, so. Alright, side kicks. I think I'm going to skip the hook kick today and go straight to a back kick, because I really like side kicks and I really like back kicks. So, back kick. Actually, sorry. So side kick, the way you do side kicks when you're standing, okay, from here, this leg's coming out for a side kick. You want to do that. And the other leg, you can do the same thing. And you can go back as well if you want. And my balance is better on that side for some reason. So that's your side kick. You can also probably do, I like the front leg roundhouse kicks. If you get a lot really good in Taekwondo sparring, you can pull out a front leg roundhouse kick. But it's not a very powerful kick, it's just a quick kick. You can do front leg side kick as well. And same with this one. You can do front leg side kick, just chamber, just go up for your chamber and kick. So back kick, however, back kick, when you do your back kick, okay, I'm facing my target. So for the back kick, requires you to turn, but don't lose track of your target, okay? You gotta keep your eye on the target. Okay, other thing too is don't spin to do kick. By that I mean, when you're spinning problem is you're not really looking, and you're also more likely to throw your balance off if you spin to do these kinds of kicks. If you studied like ballet, if you've done ballet or figure skating, you know what I mean by when I say don't spin, just turn, and so you're gonna look and turn. So your target's there. So I'm gonna turn this way, look over my other shoulder to the target, right? That's what you want to do, and then you want to chamber for your back kick, and then do it like that. So again, on the other side, same thing. Target's there. You want to turn and then chamber and do your back kick. And that's a lazy back kick, but that's fine. So now, the motion of the back kick, we're going to practice doing them from the wall. So let's just pretend we turned all the way, we turned the other way already, right? So we're from here, turn this way, right? And we're going to get ready to do our back kick. So you're going to bend. How far? Too close. Too close. No, good. Okay, turn to do our back kick. Okay, don't overturn. You want to keep your body facing the back, right? And just look over your shoulder for a back kick. And then lift up your knee and then extend for the back kick. That's what you want to do. So when you do your back kick as well, you also don't want to open up to do the back kick. You want to just do it straight back. Because if you open it up, it starts to, well, first of all, you're opening yourself up to the target again. Right, Nate? But at some point, after you execute the back kick, you can come back around. Alright, so let's do 10 back kicks from the wall, using the wall, before I run out of breath. Alright. Huh?
They delivered and didn't ring.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dears. No, someone's gonna steal our protein bars.
No, they won't.
Okay, 10 back kicks on my count. Hana. Okay, hopefully I'm not overturning. 2. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilgo. Yoro. Hope, and yo, and down. And the other side, 10 back kicks. Before I run out of breath. Okay, same thing. Face the wall. Just look over your shoulder for the back kick. Now they're right. Hana. Oops. Two. Set. Ne. Das. Yosa. Ilga. Yodo. Aho. And yo. And down. Ah. Okay. Whew. I love those kicks actually. A couple of reasons why I like the side kick and the back kick. They're pretty powerful basic kicks in Taekwondo. And if you are doing them properly, you will get a little bit out of breath. I'm also having problems with my breathing today. So let's take a break. We can take a breather. Let me catch up on chat. Let me catch up on chat. Yes, doing well. Working from home today, Cash. Cash, you are still taking Taekwondo training, I guess. But I guess dojangs and gyms are closed, so kind of hard. Yes, Empress, those are Korean numbers. We count in Korean when we do Taekwondo. And how are you today? Alright, it's about an hour. Isa, how's it going? Oh, thank you. How are you today? In case anyone is interested in other ways of staying fit, you can check out Isa's channel. She does yoga streams, and it's some really cool and chill yoga streams. Yes, Happy New Year to you too. I'm excited for the new year. Oh, by the way, in case people don't know, I did change my schedule around. For the most part. Didn't really change the Taekwondo streams, still on Tuesdays. Oh, my histamine is up. Like my allergies are bad today. I was just doing some kicks, some hard kicks. Not really a hardcore workout today though, but I'm out of practice. Hi, Calgary. Calgary is not from Calgary, by the way, people. Good morning. Yes, good morning to you. I know it's morning. Alright, so actually it's about the 1 hour mark. So what I want to do today is, that was about an hour of Taekwondo. I want to do a little bit of cross-training stuff, and I'm going to do some strengthening. So I'm going to use some free weights and strengthen the arms a little bit. And actually, before I do that, we're going to do some squats. We're going to do some horse stance squats. And then about the last 15 minutes, I'll do a little bit of stretching for everyone. Because I do need to stretch. I don't know where all the various martial arts are from. My apologies. I'm doing well though. Oh no, it's not. No worries. Some people might just. Some schools might be teaching Taekwondo in just English only, so it's not a problem. I'm doing well though. Thank you for asking. I'm able to commission some badges and emotes. I'm working on that today. Oh, that's cool. What are we up to? We are doing Taekwondo, or what's doing Taekwondo for about an hour. Now I'm going to move into the cross-training part, mostly because it's really fun to do martial arts, but at the same time it is pretty strenuous on your body, and you should have a certain base level of strength, frankly, otherwise you're more likely to get hurt. And I've seen people over the years get hurt, and then when you end up going into rehabilitation after an injury, you end up working on more strength stuff and being stronger than you initially were, which is actually not a bad thing. But in order to prevent injuries when you're doing martial arts and training in martial arts, it's good to do cross-train with some strength training. So we're going to do some squats in horse stance. What yoga do you teach on your streams? Yeah, I'm not really sure what kind of yoga she teaches, but her streams are really cool and chill, actually. Let me just check if she's actually going to be live. I don't actually know. Hold on. I know she streams almost. she streams regularly. Not sure if she's streaming today. She normally does. It's good to do daily. Well, exercise is good to do daily. I actually, with the whole lockdown thing, I'm really hesitant to go for a run here because it's Amsterdam and the streets are pretty narrow near the canals, and like it's really hard to maintain social distance. Yeah, she streams Kundalini yoga, Yin yoga, and Svanata yoga. That's cool, actually, depending on the mood of everyone in the stream, including me, in English and German. Today is German. Not a problem for some people. I do know some people that know quite a bit of German or are learning German. So I understand. You know what? I understand. Sometimes I understand what you're saying in German, but not everything. So I have to stretch my brain a little bit. All right. So squats, horse stance. Okay, everyone. Horse stance. Your feet are about 2 shoulder widths apart. This is your Taekwondo horse stance. And we're gonna bend our knees. And so when we bend our knees, put your knees should be over your toes, like that. And we can just put our arms like this for doing squats. Not too, or you can put your arms here if you want, but this is fine. This is fine, it's not bad. So let's try. We'll do 10, okay, I'm gonna count. So we start up, go hana, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, and 열. And relax. I think I'm going to make myself do 10 more. Everybody can do 10 more if they want. You don't have to. I'm going to make myself do 10 more. Okay, kneecap is being weird, but it's fine. Okay, I'm just going to do 10 more for myself. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, and 열. And Jimby, or relax. Alright. Ooh, ow. Not first. Oh, cool, so you can find learning yoga with learning German. Yeah, you can actually. Well, because Isa actually is from Germany originally, I believe. I think she's in the UK right now, so she speaks English. She speaks German and English. Not horse stance, I want to say. The bane of many people. At least it's not the crazy Gundle horse stance. Yeah, a Gundle horse stance is kind of like skiing, downhill skiing position. If you ever go downhill skiing, you're like this, you bend your knees, but you push inwards. That's downhill skiing. So Gundle horse stance is kind of like that. You're like this, you bend and push your knees inward. And I'm not going to hold it for very long because I have an injury on one knee that does not like that stance ever. And that's not as bad as what you had to do in Aikido, mate.
True.
Knee walking? Alright, so some strength training. Strength training. I'm going to do some shoulders. Other thing that is good to do with Taekwondo sometimes, and I haven't yet done this on stream because I keep forgetting about it, is you could take ankle weights. You can take ankle weights, strap them to your ankle, and practice your kicks, your Taekwondo kicks with the ankle weights on, and it'll help build up some of your strength in your legs while you're practicing your kicks. It also probably will help you prevent things like, with the roundhouse kick, overextending your hamstring, which is actually a problem with some people doing Taekwondo. If you do a roundhouse in Taekwondo and you don't chamber back, rechamber after the kick, people tend to tear their hamstrings. So you can do combine some strength training with your Taekwondo and just add ankle weights and practice your kicks that way. You can also add obviously wrist weights as well to do, you can do punches that way. Or the other way you can strengthen while doing punches is you can just take some, okay, these are 3 kilograms. They're heavier than I normally would use, but you can do punching exercises with the dumbbells on, just holding the dumbbells. That would help as well. Wait, Empress, have you done gumdo? Actually, no. Shiko. It's really not fun. Your knees are bleeding. But oh, wait, is that the term for knee walking?
Yep.
Shiko?
Yep.
Oh, so have you done Aikido then? It's not really fun when but apparently that's just some rite of passage thing which I consider eye roll worthy. Well, if you're in a hostile situation, the adrenaline would keep you from noticing that. But since they never mentioned that as a rite of passage. No, Nate's saying that's what he thinks of it. More realistically, I don't mind knowing how to do it, but I don't believe there's much benefit from doing it versus just practicing staying on your feet or getting up again. It's so good. Oh, you do. So cute. That's cool. Maybe you should do some Aikido streams.
7Q is
Yeah, I know. What do you have, Nate?
Oh, I don't have a black belt, but yeah.
Huh?
I don't have a black belt either.
Yeah, Q is just the...
It's the white belt.
Yeah.
7th is like,
yeah.
depending on the school, it's one of the lowest, second lowest, third lowest. Depends.
Yeah, but that's what you have, right?
No.
Yeah? You tested.
Yeah.
For one. What do you have, 6?
4th.
You have 4th Q?
Yeah.
Wait, what? They tested you straight for 4th Q?
Yeah.
Wait, you went from no Q to 4th Q?
I did 5th and then 4th.
Oh, you did 5th. You did test before that.
Yeah.
I don't remember you doing 2 tests.
Yeah, I did 2.
You did 2 tests. Actually, Nate showed me a little bit of Aikido, and unfortunately, Nate has a shoulder injury right now, which is gonna take its time to recover. So he can't really show me any more Aikido right now. Our sensei needs someone who can move faster in Shiko than a running man. A very slow running man. Oh dears. Alright, so I'm going to do some, a little bit of strength training, and then we'll try to squeeze in some stretching. Hopefully I can stretch because I didn't really warm up my legs a lot today. So I'm just going to do some shoulder exercises. So when you're doing a lot of people should pay attention to their posture when they're doing their strength training. Okay, first of all, keep your body fairly relaxed, and this is true for even martial arts. Keep your body fairly relaxed until the moment of impact when it's like a martial art. You want to be subtle. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Subtle. No, other word. Can't remember. I pronounce it supple? Supple? Like soft?
So.
Yeah, you want to be supple in martial arts until the moment of impact with your technique. So with strength training, I highly recommend also being fairly relaxed, and also when you're doing strength training, especially certain exercises, most strength training exercises, you are isolating certain muscle groups. You may be isolating a small muscle or a whole muscle group, but either way, when you're doing strength training, you're only supposed to move at the joints that will work out the muscles that you're trying to strengthen. So with this, I'm going to keep everything, my whole body is going to be fairly still. I'm going to stay still. I'm not going to move anything but my arms. My arms are going to go straight up and down for the shoulder training here. So just going to hana, 2, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilgap, yoro, ahop, and yo. And another 10 more. So it's 10 each shoulder. Hana, tool, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yura, ahop, and yo. And down. And actually, I think these might be right now a little too heavy for the rest of the shoulder exercises that I'm going to do. I sadly have probably lost flexibility and strength in the last couple of years after I moved here. Just didn't have time to do as much training. Actually, I think Nate should do Aikido strings once his shoulder is better. Who's typing a book? Nate? Okay, I might do one more shoulder exercise and then maybe try and do some stretches. Or are we cleaning faster than Usain Bolt? I just had a hard time with our sensei, and we don't have a lot of options for Aikido where I'm at. Yeah, it's like playing school. Probably not a professional sprinter, but you're average. He didn't explain the footwork in the weapons training, and then put me at the front of the class, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had like 5 black belts, 2 brown belts, yellow belt, and another, so please struck me. Wait, what? You don't do that. I studied it for about 3 years and quit once the injury rates started going up. One of my classmates had his collarbone broken into 7 pieces. Saw the x-rays. That's when I said, nope, not worth it. Yeah, it was because of his training partner. It's just training, I guess. Brian and I had just joined like 3 weeks prior. I attended 3 of his Aikido classes at the university, so I can understand maybe he'd gotten used to not giving individual instruction, but I was mortified. Oh, you mean the instructor wasn't used to giving? Yeah, you kind of have to be careful with who you put in charge of a class. It's, I mean, we occasionally do it in Taekwondo classes too. Sometimes but you wouldn't put but I wouldn't put a yellow belt in charge of a class with black belts in it. I definitely would not do that. And generally, in Taekwondo, it's really awkward too to put like a first dan black belt in charge of class that has second, third, and fourth dan and up black belts. It's amusing, but it's good. I guess it's peer review. You put a first dan black belt to teach a class of black belts, and the rest of black belts are just reviewing what you're doing. I think the techniques and principles are awesome, but you really need a grounding in another martial arts first, like originally required to fully understand what and why. Well, that's why he taught it after people knew how to do karate, right? And there's too much stuff like Shiko that they do because it's always been done, even though it doesn't have much Rama elements. I would like to do it in tandem with an aggressive martial art. Yeah. Well, Nate used to come back or did you just say that there? Nate used to come back from his Aikido classes, and he'd be like, can you throw a punch at me, like a real punch? Like you really need to hit me and not like just hold your fist out. Because he wanted to practice against somebody that knew how to throw a punch. Or a kick even. He'd be like, can you just try to kick me so I can practice? I would really like to go back and start karate again, but I'm worried about the aggressiveness of the senses. Oh, you don't like the yelling either. Nate's like that. And part of the instructor tradition in Aikido is the whole steal the technique where they don't want to explain how it's done because you're supposed to just internalize participation and having it done to you. It's another thing that I think is pointless, especially for people with no other martial arts experience. I mean, I had martial arts experience. I did karate for a year and first grade for 15 years. Manabu is a Japanese term for repeating what you're watching. That's interesting. Alright, I'm gonna do this one more strength training exercise, and maybe we'll do a little bit of stretching, because I need to do some stretching. Actually, maybe I'll do 2 more of these. Alright, so I like to call this the zombie strength training for your shoulder. So I'm just going to go straight up in front like this. And for this one, be careful not to move your back. So it's hana, two, set, net, dasa, yasa, ilga, yura, ahop, and you. Alright. Actually, I should be able to do the rest. So the other one for this one is just go out to the sides. Actually, I should hold them straight like this. Stay relaxed. Go. Hana. 2. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilgo. And Yoro. Aho. And yo. And down. Okay, I think that's enough for strength right now. I might do some more after offline. There's another one. There's another one that will strengthen. Actually, do I have enough time to do that, Nate? Actually, okay, fine, I'll do that one. Should take me another minute. Less than a minute. Okay, this other one. I'm sorry, this is gonna be hard for me to look at the chat while I do this. Can I do it from here? So from here, this strengthens the muscles on your shoulder blades. There's muscles under your shoulder blades and on top of your shoulder blades. Here we go. Hana. 2. Set. Net. Dasa. Yasa. Ilgo. Yuro. Aho. And yo. Okay, that's enough of the shoulders right now. There's ways to do, everyone knows the bicep curl, right? Just do that one. That's the bicep curl, strengthens this muscle. There's ways to strengthen the tricep muscles. You would bend over and you start like this and just straighten your arm backwards, and it strengthens the muscles here in the back of your arm. You can do that as well. I think the bicep muscles get used a lot more than your tricep muscles, so it's easier for your tricep muscles to be weaker than the rest. Okay, 118. Let's do some stretches. I didn't do a lot of kicking today, so I'm probably a little stiff. So I was planning on doing stretching today anyways. So no real trick to doing stretches. You just kind of have to do them, I think, and that's the biggest thing, is finding time. Toes. And speaking of knee walking and stuff, our floor is murder on the knee. And then also, so you can straighten up the leg like this and hold. Okay, and up. The other way, if you want to stretch, I've done this before in the past for front splits. If you want to stretch I dropped this at 15. Okay, this notification is blocking everything. Wondering.
It restarted.
Okay, I think the internet was completely dead too.
Yeah, it restarted itself.
We're just gonna go to ESUS. It's fine. That doesn't matter. It's just gonna end up being